Got it. Okay. Got a fun, exciting meeting starting. Welcome. We started our meeting the same way. I love this part about it. I've grown to love this with our group. Let's start out with our mission moment. This is a moment where we take to recognize those around us that are helping us, exhibiting things that we want to fill their bucket on. Who's got a bucket filled today? Robin.
I want to fill the bucket for Penny.
Oh, Penny.
Where's Penny?
She's hiding right now.
Notice my open house.
Oh, awesome. Congrats, Penny. Penny's always a friend there to help us.
I'm just really happy because I was on my way to the mall to go shopping. And Robin called me and said, "Would you do an open house?" So I turned the car around and went home and got changed.
Such strength.
Yeah.
You were saving her money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fill a bucket.
Oh, great, Jason.
Simon,
Yeah.
looking for a commission check. Other broker wouldn't pay. Simon hooked us up with Worm, the attorney, and voila.
Great.
Check appeared.
Great. You guys, Simon's a great resource. He's so approachable. He's always here to help our agents. The thing I love about that relationship is he's always there to get the deal closed and to keep everyone happy, because I think that's the important thing, right? Is that if the transaction falls apart, no one gets named. I know it's just stuff, but thank you, Simon. I appreciate it. Anyone else? Bucket fills they got for people? Beth? Yeah.
Alice Golden
Aw.
had like walking me through some of the stuff and having issues with it.
Oh, that's great. I know Alice is sometimes with us on Zoom. I'm not sure if she's on here, but congrats. Thank you, Alice. Great. Anyone else? Okay, cool. Well, unless your nose is blind, we do have a couple things that I want to do a shout out. Oh, next slide. Just kidding. Newcomers. So Tina Sanchez, I don't see Tina. She was here last week. If you guys see her, welcome her to the Market Center. She's a top producer, multiple listings. You guys will see it here. So make sure you welcome her. And then Treasure has joined our office. She is working with Richard Sperling over there, who's dishing up some food. If you guys see her bopping about, she's a bold, she's a familiar face to many of you guys. So we're excited to have her from the LA Harbor office. So welcome. Welcome. Okay, great. Like I was saying, unless your nose is broken, you're smelling all this awesome food today. And we're so happy to celebrate with our brothers and sisters and people who celebrate multiple things based on their heritage and their culture and their background. So we do want to share some significant things. And rather than me standing up here and talking about what these things mean, I just want to invite Rob Feldman. Rob's here. So Rob, talk to us a little bit about what Rosh Hashanah is. Why do you celebrate it? What does it mean to you? Share with us.
Okay.
Welcome, Rob.
Easy does creep up. I do have to put on my glasses.
We forgive you.
Thank you. After 20 years of not wearing them, 30 years, and they're progressive. So if I do this,
Wait. If you wear the glasses, and it's not Rob Feldman, it's Robert Feldman.
Yeah, Rob.
So hey, so might as well put the yarmulke on when we talk about
I went to school in University of New Mexico on the Lobo, but when they, years ago, before I tell you what Rosh Hashanah and what we feel about Jews, first off, we're all in it together. You got Mexican Heritage Month, you've got this, you've got all kinds of goodies. And hopefully in this world, I'm not going to pontificate about it, but we need to continue. This is what these holidays do for us. It's have a good year, but you all hopefully will get to know each other and know each other well. I mean, you talk about religion. People think that, as Jews, we're an ethnicity. We're a religion. It's our religion. I mean, that kind of thing. So what I wanted to say about New Mexico was when I put on the yarmulke, they got me a beanie and it had all kinds of things on it. And you just sweat with it. You learn. People in this world think they know what everybody does and how they do it. And yes, I have a lot of cartilage up here, and we're known for that. And laughing. I mean, we laugh because you have to. We don't have enough laughter in this world. We don't have enough, and people don't understand what we do, you know. I mean, I looked up Wikipedia. I never thought I would do that. But for those of you who don't understand what we're doing right now in Rosh Hashanah, as great as it is for us in these next 10 days, you know, people think that's all we do all year. But for me, and I think many too, we're more on the spiritual side of it, you know, that kind of thing. I think we all want to believe in whether it's a higher up, lower up, in the middle, wherever you do, hopefully that you follow what you believe, whether it's religion, whether it's whatever. So enough of my, you know, going there. I think that, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Okay. Rosh Hashanah, and I'm going to, just because for people that don't know and don't understand what it is, it's truly, I'm pretty much going to read it. It's where we felt as Jews that well over 5,000, almost 6,000 years ago, was the creation of the world. And it marks the beginning of the days of awe, what we call it, a 10-day period of introspection and repentance. And I always thought as a kid, I wish Rosh Hashanah, because they call it a new year, have a good year. I wish it was at the end, and I wish Yom Kippur, which I'll talk about quickly, which is our holiest day. I wish that was first, get that done, and then move, you know, to the good stuff. But so what it culminates, it's just the beginning cycle. If you go, it's a 2-day observance. You know, I could get into all the biblical stuff, but hopefully, I don't know if you ever have studied the Bible or what it is. It's the Old Testament, the New Testament, we're all gonna, you know, but we're all in it. We all have cliches. We all say when we buy homes and stuff, and when we tell our clients if it's meant to be, it'll be. But I lost my train of thought. Okay, I'll come back to that. But it is the teachings of the traditional anniversary of the creation of Adam and Eve, the first man and woman according to the Hebrew Bible, you know, as well as the initiation of humanity's role in God's world. Again, when I said whether you believe or don't, this is where we come in. And there's, you know, different kinds of, you know, we were all Eastern Europe, the Ashkenazi world, and I don't know if you've heard of that word. And then there's the Sephardic, which is more in the Spain and all that. And we could get into history and, you know, what's happened to the Jews as life is, but this is what keeps us, you know, keeps us strong. And I think that what we do is, when I say repent, it's such a heavy duty word, but this 10 days, Mindy and I will go around and ask for our own self and other people that we've felt we've done stuff to for forgiveness. You know, what, you know, and I don't think we do it enough. You guys, I mean, we are so on the firing line. You guys are all so, you know, so I tried to thought this morning how I equate Rosh Hashanah with what our business is. But you're on, you're up, you're on, you're this, and you might do something that you're not crazy about. And that's what these 10 days for us do. And we really believe it. We try to practice what we preach too. We don't preach, many of that, but we certainly, you know, will come in, you'll see a smile here, but that's what we believe in. That's what we believe that as a Jew. Deb and I and my partner is not here today. She had to do something else, but we're blessed, and we believe that in the Jewish world we give that, not because we have to, because we want to. And I think some of you who I know me and know Deb, and that's what we do. We love giving back, and that's what you guys are doing. For you to have me stand up here and talk about this is a first in my over 31 years of business. You know, we joke here because we have Christmas and we have all that, Christmas and Hanukkah and all that, which, forgive me, has become more of a Hallmark holiday than a true holiday. And so I've always gotten them, and you guys, they put out Hanukkah stuff for it. It's just fabulous. And then again, we're talking about Mexican heritage. We haven't done that for forever, and it's so in our bailiwick, in our makeup, and we're next door, and it's that kind of thing, you know. So if I can equate the two together, my dearest friend in the world is a 7th generation Hill. So forgive me, here's this gringo going to a Catholic wedding, And they're all, kneeling. And so I'm the one standing. So of course I kneeled with them. And they thought I was one of them. I mean, so it was great in that kind of thing.
That's great, Rob.
Huh?
That's great.
So how much more time am I?
Thank you.
Am I done?
Okay, so last thing, wrap up for us.
All right.
Rob, in the
Everybody
sense
knows I
of,
can talk
okay,
for an
so
hour.
Rob, this is great. Thank you. No, it's perfect. But as a wrap up, so for those maybe who are not too sure, don't observe the holiday, what is the best way or the best thing to say to those that would mean something meaningful? Like what would we say to you?
Well, I don't speak Hebrew much anymore. I had my bar mitzvah back in 2005 with my wife, an adult, the name mitzvah. So if you ask me to remember Hebrew now, Hebrew words, many could probably speak it left and right, but he really doesn't much anymore. So with that said, we all say, and you've heard the word Lashana Tova, which have a good year. Say it in English. And say it out loud, everybody. Have a good year.
Have a good year.
Come on, let's hear it. Have a good year.
Lashana Tova.
We're in the last quarter. We've got business, we've got stuff, so I equated to this. Have a good year.
Thank you, Rob. Lashana Tova to you, Rob.
Very good. Yeah.
Already, I practiced.
I did. You're good. You have a hard time calling you Halley Hardy though.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. We're so excited. Thank you guys for sharing and for having that moment. I think it was beautiful and we're happy to help support those that are, of course, observing Rosh Hashanah. You guys also noticed it is Hispanic Heritage Month, the same thing. This is something that came about not too long ago here within our community and within our country, to be honest with you. Anyone in here, it means something special to you? Simon,
Well, it's kind of special to have a Dutch flipping
a Dutch, yeah.
Dutch quesadilla.
But again, we're happy to celebrate the Hispanic culture and many of the things that came about that have forged our communities, forged our history here in the United States, of course, whether it's speaking governmental, cultural, many things. Many of our streets are named after famous Hispanic people that were pivotal in our building of our country. So we're just happy to celebrate. And we're even happier to always have a theme to feed you guys. So I know you like food. Awesome. Team Mastermind. So if you guys remember, and you were here for that team meeting when we did the Team Mastermind, I challenged you all to go out and do one of the activities that we mastermind around. Wear your coastal shirt and tag #coastal, KW Coastal. So congratulations to Lawrence, who actually won. I don't know if Lawrence is here, who actually won our little drawing that we had for everyone did that. So thank you for participating. Congrats to you guys that were out here for this. Brandy, do you want to tell us a little bit about your event?
So it was the Long Beach Memorial Ride. It was for the fallen officers, and yeah, it was really nice. It was like about 300 or 400 bikers rolled in. They were escorted all the way from Westminster Harley Davidson around PCH and up to the Long Beach Police Academy. It was really neat.
That was great. And you guys set up a booth, you had banners for Coastal. I think that was amazing. So, and a great community idea. And hopefully you guys got some leads out of it. But congrats to Lawrence, of course, for sharing it on social media and getting our gift card. Okay, leadership updates. Let's bring up our leadership team. Benny, Simon, Deborah, come out from the grill. Still got her apron on though. Yeah. Cute. Who wants to go first?
Steps first.
Who wants to go first? Deborah.
Yeah, a couple things I want to remind you tonight about book club. So I did check in with Alice. She's feeling a heck of a lot better. We'll be here this evening to guide us through how successful people think by John Maxwell. And I was reading it yesterday on the beach, just relaxing and enjoying, and everything kept hitting me. Like I just was highlighting away. So even if you haven't read it ever, please come join the discussion because there's always great things that come from it. The other thing I wanted to point out was tomorrow. Help me with his name, Rudy from the MLS is going to be here live.
Oh, cool.
And yep, they're finally doing back live in office classes. So he's going to be here. It was requested tips and tricks. So he's going to shortcuts, I think it is. He's going to show us some things about the MLS that are really very, very beneficial.
That's a good one, Deborah. And I still, even if you're a producing agent, go and brush up. The little hot bar up at the top where you want to just search things and address like a Google, you can't do that. But with several little like asterisks and you can search for mother-in-law quarters. You can search for things like that that are in descriptions. And so he's going to share a lot of those things. So I can't wait to be there.
Yeah.
So I hope I
Tomorrow
see
morning,
everyone there.
10:00, if I'm not mistaken, here.
Yeah.
In the bullpen. And then lastly, K-score. Our people have slowed who are interested in getting their license because I think some of you have slowed in sending them the link. So please remember to get that link out to friends, family, anybody thinking about, wanting to get a license. I will take care of getting them pre-registered. They then take care of the registration and get them through those classes. So we do have some people, Maddie came from K-score. So that was pretty exciting. So we want to get a few more in here too.
That's awesome. Thank you, Deborah.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon, you want to go next?
Yeah, absolutely. Morning. Love the smile. Just a quick update. Everyone who's a member of the California Association of Realtors has access to the legal department, right? Now, one thing that I really want to stress and emphasize is that if it's a transaction that you're involved in, I caution you what you say to Cars Legal, okay? When it comes to disclosures, contracts per se, general, then it's perfectly fine. But if you are in a transaction involving a buyer-seller dispute, you always want to reach out to me and our legal first, okay? Only reach out to CAR when it's documentation, general questions. Does that make sense, right? The reason I say this is because they are connected with the Department of Real Estate. And believe it or not, the Department of Real Estate is not really our friends. Okay. Yes, they issue you a real estate license, but as fast as they can give you a license, they can take that license away, restrict your license, revoke your license. So please bring it to my attention, to Halley as well, regarding any issues you have before you escalate it to the Car Legal, okay? Now, it's a great resource. And one thing that I definitely recommend is that you can go on CAR's website, go to Risk Management Legal, and you can actually send out a request. I don't know if you can share the computer real quick and go to CAR's real quick. Is that, I don't want to take too much time.
Go, keep talking.
There we go.
So go to CAR, CAR, just CAR, and no, just go to CAR real quick.
Oh, the Sierra website there.
Yeah.
Ugh. Don't worry about it. Keep talking. You're fine.
Okay, so when you go to CAR, right, and that's how you have access to your zip forms as well. Go to Transaction Center, go to Risk Management, the blue.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, and you can go. Can you move that real quick? I'm sorry. Go to help. Yeah, let's see here. Customer service. Scroll right here. Go to legal hotline. Oh, you need.
Yeah, you have to sign in.
Okay, you don't have your password to sign in.
No.
Okay.
Not on this computer.
Anyways, I wish I could share my
Anybody
computer.
out there memorize?
Holly, I can share my screen.
Sure, Kim.
Do you have access?
Kim is always.
Yes, hold on just one second.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you see my screen yet?
Yes.
We saw the tabs open over there, yes.
Sorry. Now, do you see my screen?
No, we just see Gmail.
Oh, hey, hang on one second.
Okay, I saw it.
There you go. Do it again.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right,
No,
We lost.
Kim, hold on.
we lost.
Kim, drag to the other screen again, other screen,
Oh, I have two screens. Sorry, everybody.
There we go.
on the green,
Make it big.
on the
Make it
green.
big.
There you go, thank you.
All right, scroll down. Okay, right here, go up a little bit. I'm sorry. Right here where it says submit legal questions. Click on that. Here, you're gonna put in your email address. If you're a member, it's already gonna include your NAR number. And then it asks if you're a sales agent, office manager, or a broker. And then please enter your phone number, scroll down. Is there any other agent involved in the question for car attorney? Yes or no? And then if you click submit, or click where it says, what is the inquiry? This is
Continue.
Click, what is the inquiry, Kim? There you go.
There's a
now
drop,
right there.
drop menu.
Okay. Now where it says, what is the inquiry? Click on that. Okay, here it is. So here now you can actually categorize what is the question you have, which is broker practice, conflicts, contracts, disclosures, discrimination, fair housing, finance, general ethics, landlord license, MLS, so on and so forth. So it's a very specific platform that allows you to get an immediate response out to Cars Legal. And then they'll send you either an email or an immediate call to you. You know, sometimes you gotta wait. Has anyone called a car?
Then
Sometimes it's 15, 20 minutes, or sometimes they'll say
Hours.
we have to give you a call back. And that could be like later that afternoon or sometimes the following day, right? This gives you just a better streamlined process to get questions answered, okay? So I encourage you to definitely utilize this as second resource. Now, if you're involved in a transaction, please bring it to our attention first before reaching out to a car. Okay,
And
any
that risk
questions?
management isn't our risk,
No.
totally different.
That's correct. Yes, yeah. Any
That's good.
questions?
Thank you, Simon. That was great. Wow. Awesome. Simon, what's going on? Cindy?
I will. Just want to remind you all, especially a lot of the newbies and some of our older agents, regarding the coastal hub. Got 2 messages yesterday in the evening wanting to know our tax ID number. That information is all there. The checklist for your transaction is all there. Our preferred partners that we love, and we thank you for everything that you do for us. Their contact information is there. If you're looking for a vendor, that information is there. So utilize that. Get familiar with it under the resources page. The ALC is on there to, if you're wondering who is an ALC member, if you want to contact them, but utilize it. It's a great tool for our audience. Just a
I love
reminder.
that. Thank you, Cindy. That's great. Benny?
Not much to add. Thank you for sharing all that, all the good stuff. 2 things. Number 1, look around you and ask who's missing. Who's missing? At least one person you can ask them to come and join this meeting.
Leroy's not here.
For example, I'm gonna give him a hard time.
I'll get him.
Now, don't say out loud. Okay? But we can hear your thoughts. Okay? We can hear your thoughts. That was awesome. Thank you. Love it. But seriously, right? I mean, we should be here every meeting, like, 50, 60 people besides the Zoom people, right? To enjoy the company, the food, but the content, but also the interaction. So that's number 1. Before you go to any class and the meeting, ask who's missing, who's going to miss out. Let me call her, call him, make sure they're going to be here. The second thing is spirits of Rabbi Feldman. So I want to wish you, ahead, or at least in our year, right? Our calendar year is have a healthy, wealthy, happy, and successful year ahead. Make the best out of it. 2023 is already here, so prime and focus and purposefully be that person that you thrive to be, and let's all of us make this amazing community keep growing to whatever it's going to be next. So thank you. Shana Tova.
Awesome. This is good. Good energy. Okay, moving on. Just want to do a quick little, if you guys missed these emails, they should be going to your inbox. We are having the 2nd annual Multiply Your Business. It's a virtual event. This is an event that's put on by, we've got Mo Anderson and Beverly Steiner that coordinate this, and it's a business planning event where they trot out the who's who of Keller Williams. To be able to attend, it's a $25 suggested donation. All the money goes to KW Cares. Both Beverly Steiner and Mo Anderson said that they are going to match up to $75,000. That is raised that day through KW Cares. So it could be up to 150,000 is their goal to raise for that day. So if you guys are available, that's happening Thursday, October 6th. I know it's happening in the morning. Many of you guys go to the broker preview. If you buy a ticket and you do register and you're not able to attend in person, they have assured that it will be recorded so you guys can watch it later. So it will be available to you. So again, that's October 6th. They're going to have a ton of people that are on there to help you grow your business. And again, it helps support KW Cares, which is our group here with Keller Williams. Here is, I'm sorry, I got the registration code for you guys. Hopefully, let's move this stuff out of the way if anyone wants to scan it. But again, you should have it in your inboxes. And let me fix this here. There we go. Okay, moving on. Slides. Family reunion. We have so many people that are already registering for family reunion. If you have not registered yet, you will miss out. This is an amazing opportunity. Minnie's got an awesome dinner that we're putting together here with our group of offices. Please go have a conversation with Cindy. She can help you get in and buy your ticket before the price increases here at the end of the month. It's going to come by really fast, and she can actually put it on your billing to separate it out. So if you guys don't have the full 1,000 right now, she can help you separate it to be able to join us in February. But tickets will go very fast, and they're going to start going up in price. So make sure you guys join us for that. Again, register today. Here's the QR code for that. Perfect. So we're going to do a little segment called Grow Your Business with Halley. I have something exciting that I want to talk about today. Most of you guys have heard of this, but many of you guys are not observing this Keller Williams model. So today I'm going to talk about the economic model. Okay, so which should be recognizable to many different people. So what's the economic model? Let me move this stuff out of the way. So the economic model is one of the 4 models in the MREA. We know that Gary Keller wrote that in order to be able to succeed, he has 4 pivotal models, whether it's lead generation, whether it's economic model, etc. But this is in page 129 and 132 of the MREA. And really in a nutshell, it's a simple way for how real estate business will make you money, right? It's a simple equation that people can have and put that's going to tell you things like how many leads do I need? How many appointments do I need in order to hit my GCI goal, right? We talk about, and I hear a lot in your vernacular now that we're going through business planning, I have a goal to do 10 transactions this year. And in reality, that's a gross simplicity to the results and the actions that we need to take in order to be able to make the income that we need to make. What is selling 10 condos versus selling 10 $2 million houses? Out of those 10 houses that you want to sell, do half need to be listings? Do half need to be buyers? This is what the economic model is going to tell us. Okay. Also, breaking this down even further here. Not sure where the slides are going there. Breaking this down even further, Gary has this quote. Randy, do you want to read that for me?
Reinventing the wheel every time is just plain exhausting work, and it leads to breakdowns and burnouts. On the other hand, I think you'll discover that modeling will be very empowering. In fact, it may make things appear so simple, it feels like cheating. Powerful models usually feel that way.
Powerful models usually feel that way. No, that was good. So the thing is that when we go into a shift, there's a mental aspect to it, right? I know Mike's gonna get up here and talk about interest rates in a minute, and I know you guys are really jacked for that conversation. Okay, I've heard some doom and glooms and things like that. We as agents feel that we are the masters of creativity. We go in and we say, my business is different. My lead generation is different. My clients come a different way. My business looks different than people. When we go through a shift, we have to get back to the models that work. The economic model is a part of this. Understanding how many leads and where your expenses are in order to be able to produce the income that you need for your household. Okay? So go back and look through this model. What makes the economic model so important? So there's really 3 key factors here. So one, it's great for goal setting. Again, it's going to break down your individual things that you need to do. It's going to tell you how many appointments you need a month in order to make your GCI goal. It's going to tell you how many leads you're going to need a month in order to make your GCI goal, right? It's great for goal setting. As we're going into goal setting season, this should be a part of that prep for that. It's going to help you manage your finances. The secondary parts economic model is factoring in your expenses and your cost of sales, which we follow, and the chart that I'm going to show you follows the 30-30-40 model, right? So you want to make sure that your expenses are not outweighing the money that you're bringing into your household, right? Stop talking about gross commission income and start talking about net income in your house, right? I think that's important. Third one, it's going to help your stress. It's all about perspective. When we talk about needing to do 10, 20, 30 houses a year, what does that even mean? When you break it down into monthly things and activities, for example, I need to meet with 3 sellers this month in order to be able to make $500,000 a year. It allows you to be able to focus on the small activity and not as a gross sum, right? So it's good for your mental health. So know the numbers that you must hit. A big part of the economic model is, of course, your conversion. So let me share with you guys, and I'm moving the boxes around a little bit. So this is what, of course it does that again. This is what the economic model actually looks like. There's many different forms and ways that you can look at this. This is an Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to share with you guys afterwards. Many of you have seen it, but it helps do the math for you, because who in here loves math? Well, of course, the lenders raise their hand. Great. So for those of you in the room that did not get excited and raise your hand like the Mangans or Mike, this is going to help do the actual math for you. So let me just walk through this a little bit. And as far as I just use in this example, 250,000 in GCI. This is a common number that I hear from you guys, or I hear from recruits that come in. I need to sell 250,000, or I need to make 250,000, right? Which usually people are talking in gross commission income, not actual net income to their household, right? So again, I'm going to share this with you so you can customize. According to the sheet, all the things that are in blue are the things that you actually want to modify, and you actually want to work backwards with this, okay? So start with your gross GCI here down at the bottom, and you want to put what that total number is. Then you want to move into your expenses. How much am I actually paying to do business? Now, don't forget, your expenses need to include things like your cap. It needs to include things like your royalty. It needs to include things like your PWR that you pay every month. It needs to include all those things, your signs, your marketing materials, etc. Come down here over in the bottom corner and adjust that based on what your business currently is or where you're projecting for next year, right? We've got our expenses, cost of sales, and the net income. Cost of sales are the taxes that we're going to pay on all that income that comes in. Okay, then you want to start going backwards. So the question is like Gabby, I'd ask her, I'd say, Gabby, so how much of your business comes from buyers and how much of your business comes with sellers? And you would come down here and you would adjust that percentage over this way. Well, about 20% of my business comes from sellers, or vice versa. You'd adjust it from there. Okay. Then it's also important to know what's your average sales price. Now, if you're someone who's a new agent that doesn't have any transactions, use the average sales price of your neighborhooded areas that you work primarily. Okay, so you want to go in and factor in that. Then get as specific as possible. The more you know, the more this is going to really fit and tell the story of who you are and what your business is. But you're going to want to start tracking some of your conversions. For example, out of every buyer that you sit down with to have a buyer's consultation with, let's say out of 10, how many of those 10 would actually walk away and be fully pre-qualified and be committed and ready to work with you? That's a conversion you need to know, right? From there, how many people you sit down with and you meet with in an appointment that are fully pre-qualified and committed to you, how many of those actually result in transactions? Okay. Again, if you don't have that number, use some of the averages or ask your mentors or ask your coaches of what the averages is. So once you've gone in and you've adjusted all of those little blue, things in blue, of course, your average commission in there as well, 2.5, if you always take 6% listings and get 3. And down at the bottom, all of the magic is going to happen, and this is going to update, and it's going to pop out your net income. And most importantly, it's going to pop out these little yellow bubbles. Okay, So in this instance, with I think it's fairly average for the average realtor. We're working with more buyers, maybe in the first year or two of your business. They're in the 80% range for buyers, 20% for sellers, with their expenses probably being a little high for some in the first couple of years of their business. Their net income from bringing in 250 GCI is 159,000. But here's all they have to do. According to their conversions, they just have to meet with 2.24 buyers a month. That's it. They have to meet with 0.57 sellers. Now, who's met with a half of a seller? Okay, so when you guys figure this out, always round up, right? Always round up. So we know we don't meet with half a seller, but we could meet with one seller. So in order for this person to bring in 250 GCI, which is what, like a silver award, bronze award or something in our award section, all they have to meet with is one seller a month and really three buyers a month. That's it. So if you change your perspective and you focus on saying, who are the three people that I need to bring into my world this month, and work backwards and say, how do I lead generate to get those three people this month? It's going to be a lot more palatable because you know the result. It's no longer I need to sell 10 houses. It's I need to meet three people this month. Okay. Questions, comments?
Couple of things.
Yeah.
Richard was laughing because he's making half sellers all the time.
Yeah.
We always was a seller. But he's so ornery, he doesn't have the one. Yeah. So number one is remember that, and you already, I just want to repeat that for a
Of course.
that comes from the MRA. So this is science, okay?
Yes.
That mega agents been following, or big teams or individuals for many, many years. It's a proven science. So and you can apply this science to also a personal life, personal finance as well. The 30-30-40 in the expenses. Now, one thing about the cost of sales, the 30%, here's the magic. Cost of sales is the commissions. Okay, so what's the cost? Now, if you producing in the business full time, whatever, the cost is 30%, which should have been $75,000 if you look at the math, right? But the good news that you're a KW person, it's only the cap, which is between the company down on the left and the royalty is 16K. That's it. So the extra goes into your net income. So you're actually beating the industry by not netting 40%, by do the math. It's you're way ahead of the game. Now, if you're a brand new agent, if you're a team, you keep your cap, but you keep sharing the cost of sales because you have splits or whatever. If you're a referral agent, right, you keep 25, you give the majority, right? Or if you have out of the state, out of the area business, you refer business, that's cost of sales. So you might pay more, but at the end of the day, you also have to do the math of it's not over here, it's a different slide. Today, like how much you make per hour, really. So the math is still there. This is really important, and thank you for going over this because the conversions, it's not an option. If you want to be a elite professional, you have to know conversions. How many free throws I have to make to hit whatever ratio, right? Whatever the conversions are. 9 out of 10, in my 5 out of 5, same thing applies over here, right? And if you do the math, look at the numbers can point out at the middle, like seller sold, buyer sold.
Yeah.
Right. So the numbers are a bit higher on the seller side just because they put different conversions over there, right? But at the end of the day, it's 12 plus 3, it's let's say 15, 16 deals a year, full-time agent, that's the average, right? Average price, those price points don't really exist anymore, they're higher today. So run the numbers even up to 1 million, maybe you're looking to 10 deals a year, you're making almost $300,000, but it's nothing. It's nothing. So if you really even like half of those activities, right? One listing a year, 5-6 buyers a year, you're making a decent amount relatively without much of an effort. So Thank you for.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Minnie.
Can
I just, yeah.
Can I just add to what Minnie was saying?
Mhm.
This is a fun activity to do because you can play with the numbers
Mhm.
and it's very exciting when you go up 500,000, 750,000, and you'll be surprised in how many appointments and obviously how many closings you have to do, and that will give you what you want. So it's a great work activity to do.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Simon. And I just was sitting with a top producer whose goal was to make 500,000 this year. And with her conversions and the price points and this, that, she realized if she charged 5.5% extra on her sign on the listings, that it meant that she only had to meet one seller a month and two buyers a month to make 500,000. So it just seems so much more attainable, right? It seems so much more palatable. And again, really being in tune with those conversions is important. So just to break down a bit further of what this activity, kind of teaches us and what we want to focus on is after you've got everything together, what you need to focus on is your appointments, right? Without appointments, you don't make any money. Don't focus necessarily on the how do I get the listings and just focus on the appointments. 9 times out of 10, the prescription for that is funnel those leads into your pipeline. You need to make sure that you're getting leads from anywhere and everywhere in a sense that's going to be purposeful to be able to help feed those conversions, right? And then the second one is the conversion rates. It doesn't matter how many leads you have if they never result in appointments. It doesn't matter how many appointments you have if it doesn't result in a listing or a buyer's transaction, etc. It doesn't result in a closing or a closed transaction until you actually get those listings and get them sold. So it's just really breaking it down to the fundamental activities. If you guys want to use this model and have that Excel spreadsheet in your business, you can go ahead and scan the QR code right now and it'll pull it up. If you're having a hard time navigating what this means for you, what conversions to put in, where to put the numbers in, just sit down and talk with any of us. In fact, our whole leadership team has been working on this together to really get well versed on this model. And so you could even sit with Sophia and she can help you fill it out, right? So come and talk to all of us. We want to help you grow your businesses. And that's about it. Any other comments, questions about this? Deborah, Cindy?
I just think it's such an easy tool. And as long as you're honest with your conversions, it really tells the story for you.
Yeah, be honest. None of this is meant to make you feel bad. It's meant to you to gain clarity of how to move forward. Right? I love that. Great. Moving on, listing pitches and buyer needs. So we do want to do this new segment where we are going to share the new listings with you every week that we do have here at Coastal. Deborah, do you want to come up here and just read them off and pitch them if they're not here? Harry's not here.
Yeah. It looks like he has a lease, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,475 square feet in Carson at $3,250.
Great.
Who's that? Jasmine. The asking is $349,999. It's in Hesperia. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath at 1,144 square feet. Jennifer Boyd and Grace, they have $1 million listing in Long Beach, 7 bedrooms, 7 baths, 1,780 square feet. It's investment opportunities.
I believe it's a Robin. Where's Robin? Oh, okay.
They're individually rented rooms.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Individually, and they're all on suite, from what I understand.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Nice.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah.
And it's fully rented, helping to transfer the units.
Top 5, maybe.
Okay, cool. Good. The Sopos have listing of 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,170 square feet in Long Beach, $779,900.
That's a good price point.
Yeah. And then Grace has another listing for $795 in Lakewood, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, 1,960 square feet. Jason,
you're here. Do you want to pitch this one?
Yeah, this is my grandma's house.
Aww.
So the family felt that they wanted to give it a nice run at the market at 900,000. Value is below 8. So I can tell you we got 2 offers at 775, 750 right now. So if anyone wants to spend any offers, let me know.
Sounds good.
Great. Thank you. And it is vacant, so it's easy to show.
Yes, it is vacant.
Yes. Easy to show. Park Estate.
No,
Eldorado Estate. Eldorado Estate. Great. Tina's got 2 of them.
She has 1,125,000 in Huntington Beach, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 1431 square feet.
Great property.
And then also in Glendora, 775 for a 3 bedroom, 2 bath at 1456 square feet.
And reach out to her since she's new to the office. You guys welcome her in. I love that. That's it.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Deborah. Okay, market update, affiliate. Come on up here. Our affiliate, come on up here. Great. Doug, why don't you guys go first?
Great, thanks. Does being 1/4 Mexican count for Heritage Day? Sure.
Whatever you observe, my friend.
Right.
You know, I did learn something interesting though, that Hispanic heritage, according to CAR, when going through the At Home with Diversity thing, that many of them both did, the Hispanic heritage is one of the hardest to be able to identify because people can claim or will just say that they are Hispanic, that it's hard to track the actual roots because there's no standard to put in there. So isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to learn that.
This is great what you did. It's exactly what I'm going to talk about, except for more on a farming perspective. But before I do that, I want to introduce our two new members. Megan Clausey. She was with escrow for about 10 years. She also worked with Sarah before. She got 13 years of escrow experience. So very knowledgeable in helping you do transactions. Also, Michael Miller. Michael was a mortgage broker. He also worked with a big group. They did a lot of flips, like 200 flips. So he understands all about titles and flipping and buying it, sale and all that. There's an escrow sales rep as well too. So great team members, lots of experience to help you guys whenever you guys need help on your transaction. But what I want to talk today a little about was for next year when you do your planning, just like she showed the spreadsheet there, we create one as well. Working on for Marlene, who works with Gabby, under Gabby. And what we do is we take an area when the agent wants to start a farm, and you can just do this just to see if you want to farm, because we're going to come up with the same numbers like they just kind of showed right there. We're going to get the area, there's a little handout there. We're going to do a 2-year turnover rate, which will show you what that is, the average sales price, how many homes are in the area. Then we'll put that into a spreadsheet for you. And we will show you if you were to, and we make a 10-year marketing plan out of it. So we put your expenses in there. So you tell us, hey, we're going to post cars, we're going to do this, whatever you think it's going to cost, you put that number in there, the average sales price in there. One thing we didn't put in there was increasing the sales price over time. So we leave it at the average. So let's say the average is $850 was your average sales price, and you start out with 500 homes. We would then, that would calculate out like $21,250. And by the end of 10 years, we have you doing 10 transactions. So that ends up being $212,000 every year from your farm. And then what we'll do is that could be the 1 or 2 sellers that you meet during the month that you need to meet for your goals. But what's great about it is every 3 or 4 years, we'll add the 500. So you start out with 500, you go to 15 or 1,000 and 1,500. But we calculate the whole thing out for you, put your expenses in there. It's a great tool. We'll even do a saturation report for you to show you who's marketing in there. And you may understand that these 2 agents are really strong. Maybe they're going to outspend me. Maybe you want to pick a different area. So we show you that information as well too. So if you're interested, just let us know. We do have a snapshot in the back here, and we're glad to help you with it. And like we said, we'll do it for you to help you just decide if you want to make that part of your business or if you want to add another farm to your business.
That's so important. You don't want to go in without a plan, right?
Right.
Right. Otherwise, it's just haphazard door knocking.
But it is kind of nice to see, and like Haley was talking about, if you can see where you're going, it's a lot easier to keep going down the road than if you don't know where you're going. Oh, I didn't get a deal this year or whatever it is. But over time, you see, even in the tough markets, the agents that do geographic farming always seem to have some listings. So it's a good thing to get started on. And if you want some help, you can incorporate it into your plan.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you guys, and welcome. Pete. Okay, Mike, give us some good news.
All right, who's ready for 7% interest rates?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So just like they were all talking about, it's new and it's exciting. It's fun to attack this new challenge in this industry. We've been talking a lot about different tools that we can help us get through this kind of situation. Things like seller buy downs. There's something called a 2-1 buy down and a 1-0 buy down that helps buyers have their monthly payment 2% lower than the note rate for the first year and 1% lower for the second year. I have an Excel spreadsheet put together if anybody wants some details on that. Every single property is going to be different for the cost and the benefit. So it's important to just run it by me first, and I can give you a little screenshot of it. But just remember, there's always something that we can do. There's always going to be some balance between buyers and sellers in this type of market and in any type of market. So keep in mind, as far as conventional loans are concerned, conforming limits, which are 715 and below, you're still going to be in the high sixes, mid to high sixes. And then keep in mind if that's for really great FICO. So if you have anyone that's a little bit off of a paper or they're doing high balance or something like that, that's when you're going to start seeing the 7% rates. We don't know how long this interest rate environment is going to stick around, but while it's here, we're going to do everything we can to figure out how to get through it. And we can only do that through teamwork. Also, lastly, Wednesdays at 11, either Alex Skur, the other lender in here, or myself are going to be leading the script practice and role play every Wednesday here at 11. It's a lot of fun. We have newer agents, we have experienced agents come in, and experienced agents, we love hearing from you too, because you guys have experience and the new agents need to be a part of that as well. So thank you so much. And let's make it a great day.
Good. Really quick before you run away, Mike, I heard you and I've heard Alex, talk about this thing. It is so important now more than ever, as your clients are getting pre-qualified, that they're checking in with their lender and you guys are checking in with them daily throughout the offer making process, because they may place an offer today that they won't qualify for tomorrow because of the interest rate. That's how quick these things are changing. And so don't, have your lender help you get through this transaction, because when your client gets that payment, where when they wrote the offer, it was going to be $300,000 and tomorrow it's now $350,000 a month. It may be something that they're, $3,000, $3,500 a month, $3,000 a month, go to $3,500 a month. That's something that could literally fall apart in your transaction, right?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to buy down the rate?
How much does it cost to buy down the rate?
Yeah, 3,000 per quarter. What is it?
You can say about like a point for about a quarter, or 3/8 of a point in rate. And so when I say a point, 1 point is equal to 1% of the loan amount.
So 1 point per.
Per about a quarter in drop in rate. So that's going to be like a permanent rate buy down. But there is that other thing that I mentioned about a 2-1 buy down that gives them more of a temporary relief. Because keep in mind, if you're paying those points in a permanent rate buy down, what happens if next year we get inflation under control and rates go down to 6? Down to 6 sounds weird. But let's say they go down to 6 and someone's in a 7 right now. If they refi, which they should because the rate's a whole percent lower, but if they refi after they've already paid a permanent rate buy down, they may not have actually gained that money back that they paid up front on the permanent rate that buy down. That's why with the 2-1 buy down, and I can go into more details when I'm not taking your time during your meeting, but the 2-1 buy down is actually, instead of lowering the rate itself, that money is put into an escrow account or an impound account, just like your taxes and insurance. And the lender draws from that to cover your monthly payment for the first year and the second year. So that means, since that money's over there, if for some reason the money or the rates go down and we refi next year, we can use that money from the escrow account towards the payoff balance. But there's a lot more detail, so we can talk about it one-on-one.
Yeah, Rob.
Yes, Rob.
One quick second, you said utilize the experience. And Halley said it's so right that kind of we all are not thinking the mentalness of the shift, the mentalness of the high rates. Not just remember, in 1981, when Deb and I bought our first home, that was at 21%. Okay, so we were able to buy the loan down like we talked about,
Right.
12% first and 10% second.
Yeah.
So we have to get that out there. That look, we were so used to the past 20 years of inherently low rates. So
It's a proven tactic. It's tactic 10 in the shift book about creative financing. So now's the time. We want to keep transactions going. We got to get creative.
Great. Penny?
I'd just like to bring something up, maybe more for the new agents. Let's keep in your lane. We got loan docs on Friday with, actually we got loan docs on Thursday. The buyer had a funding condition of a substantial tax lien that they knew they had to pay off. And It was a condition of funding and it's supposed to be paid through escrow. The buyer's agent, who is relatively new, decided to take it upon herself to advise her buyers, oh, just go online and pay it. It will be okay. We weren't okay. It has slowed us down a little bit. So please stay in your lane. Don't try and be over helpful. I know she's a new agent. I did challenge her and ask her, why did you do that? She said, I just wanted to be helpful. Her buyers have been given instructions that they shouldn't interfere. So just want to bring that up to everyone. Just be careful.
And whether you're working with Alex or you're working with Mike, it's so important to not be the master of mortgage. Let them be the masters of the mortgage, right? If your clients have questions about that, call Alex and be like, hey, can you please call my client and walk them through this? Hey, can you talk through these things? These things are keeping deals from happening right now. And it's even more important, we're there to help keep everything together, right? I love that. Thank you, Mike.
Good job.
Great. Cool. What's on the calendar? If you guys have anyone interested in getting involved with the School of Real Estate, getting a license, not sure what it takes to get licensed, tomorrow I do have my career night that's happening monthly. Send them this link. We also have a great Facebook group now that we just started that's going to be able to connect people with. So if you have anyone that's interested, send them to Deborah, send them to me, or more importantly, just send them the link to this career night. We'd love to have them get started. It's been a great discussion, and we're really seeing some good people come into there. Our broker class, Simon is going over offer presentation, right? How to effectively present an offer that's happening today at 2. Also today, right after the team meeting here in 2 minutes, Alex is doing a class. I don't know where he went. So make sure you guys stay there. Oh, there he is. Hey. Low down payment loans, right? That's big, a hot topic right now is, how can you get low down payment loans? Where do you find that clientele? Make sure you guys stick around for that. Tonight, of course, Deborah did how successful people think is the KW Book Club. If you want to tune into the book club, it's a great time. You guys come to the meeting if you haven't read it. Get the book. Normally Deborah gets it within the week before we have the next thing switch over. So make sure you guys tune into this because it's a fun little discussion group. Save Your Seat with Sophia, CRMLS, tomorrow that's happening. Deborah talked about that with Rudy. Script and role play that's happening tomorrow. Alex is leading. It's been a great discussion to really be able to handle some of those objections that you're hearing. Every Wednesday, we have our RPA mastery. Same thing with Fritz's class from 3 p.m. till when Fritz is done. Some of you guys have been around here. It's gone from like 3 to 6 the other day. Cindy was like, I'm going to go get them dinner and just go right in there. I love that. Make sure you guys join Fidelity. They were teaching a class here about the Fidelity Agent One app and learn all about that from our friends at Fidelity Title. It's gonna get spooky in here this next month. So we do have our door decorating contest that starts on the 1st. So those of you guys that have offices here, decorate. We do give out a little prize at the end when we walk through the judge. If you don't have a door here and you want to adopt a door, talk to Sophia. And we do have several spaces that are open and we'd love to have you help festive this whole place up, right? And then we have our Halloween costume day, which is also going to be in conjunction with our chili cook-off. Sophia put a little picture as in you better dress up because we're not going to be the only ones that are dressed up in here. We are adults who do dress up for Halloween, and I hope to see more costumes and things like that in there. We're all ready for it. And again, chili cook-off. Who's going to knock Lawrence off of his throne this year? So we have our chili cook-off that's happening. It was a great time. If you guys want to participate, it's $25. It goes to KW Paris. And then on that day, in our costumes, Halloween day, it's $15. And you guys can get all the chili tastings you want. That does, again, go to KW Paris. Come help us be the judge. You get a vote on our favorites. Last year, it was so good. I know, Gabby, you had like a really white chili one. No. The Southwest one. Yeah, there were some good ones. It was really fun. So make sure you guys, if you're a cook, join. If you're just a taster, join and come taste. Okay. 2 weeks from now, the CAR annual conference and expo is happening. If you guys got your Realtor CAR magazine, they do have an agenda up now, so you can start planning the events. We are gonna have maybe a meetup or things with the offices that's happening. Again, registration is free. There are some classes that do cost money, but you don't have to necessarily tune into those. The free expo day is fun. They usually have a big party. Make sure you guys go on and register. Again, it's totally free for you and it's downtown here in Long Beach. And KW Health, last slide. You guys join us and many for the monthly family hike on in Hermosa Beach. That's October 7th on this Sunday. This Sunday, right? 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. Any other things you want to say about it, Manny?
Just be there and have fun. That's it.
Good, I love it. Dog friendly? Is it dog friendly?
All kids,
Good.
adults, friendly. Show up.
Awesome.
We do it anyway, so we'd love to have you guys join and have fun as well. So
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys all for coming.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.